Greetings, metalheads. Welcome to the Friday 13th YouTube channel. First of all, I want to thank everybody who's subscribed so far. 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so very much. So please leave comments and please tell your friends. So today you're going to be watching an interview with Magnus Karlsson, a fantastic guitarist from Sweden. Now he's about to release a new album by his band, the Ferrymen. It's called the Yngwie. It's a fantastic album. Check it out, folks. So I want to thank Martina at Frontier Records for setting up this interview, and also Magnus Karlsson for doing the interview. Please subscribe and please share this interview. Thanks for watching, Metalheads.
Sound you have.
Hi, Magnus. How are you? Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I'm fine. How
Yeah,
are you?
good. I'm fine, thank you. Right, so Magnus, welcome to Friday 13th. It's been a long, long time, my friend. So, how's your day been?
Yeah, thank you. It's great. I'm busy as always. I'm sitting here recording guitar for the next album with Russell Allen and Annette Olsen, and at the same time, I'm getting mixes from Jacob Hansen and new Primal Fear mixes that I'm listening to and doing interviews. So yeah, it's a lot to do.
Wow. Say hello to Jacob for me. He's a long-time friend. I used to know his old band, Invocator. His old thrash metal band from way back in the day.
Cool. Yeah, he's great. Really good.
It's been a while since we've done an interview, Magnus. So I'm going to ask you very, very briefly, who were your guitar influences growing up? Who inspired you? Which guitar players?
Guitar players, I mean, when I was a kid, it was mostly bands more than guitar players. I love the guitar players in Iron Maiden and Judas Priest, and more than listening to a Guitar Hero. But later on, I listen a lot to Steve Vai, Steve Morse, and that kind of stuff.
Right, okay. And so, what about guitar? What guitar was your very first guitar you bought? Can you remember it? Do you still own it?
I don't still own it, and I actually thought about it because I found my second guitar. I know who's had that one, but my first guitar, I think it was a Weston. It's not that known. Do you know the brand?
I remember them. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I looked at it a little strange, like a wood thing, but I don't have a clue where it is. I would love to buy it if I can find it again, but I
That's
don't
the
have a
thing
clue.
about musicians. They never keep the first instrument. And think about it. One day, when you get famous like you think, why did I not keep that guitar? Why did I not keep them drums?
Yeah, yeah, that's stupid. I want to have it. An old friend sent me yesterday my old jeans jacket with all the patches with Iron Maiden and that stuff, and I gave it to him when I was 15. So I had it when I was a kid, and now it was exactly the same. And I want to have it again. It's so great.
So, what guitars are you playing now for people that play guitars? What make are you endorsed?
Yeah, I'm not endorsed really, but I'm playing on ESP Eclipse, and also I play on Music Man, the Steve Morse model sometimes. But mostly I'm getting back to the ESP. Yeah.
So yeah,
It's a
you're
bit,
very,
yeah.
like I say, you're very, very busy. You're always creative, aren't you? You're always producing albums, mixing albums, or playing in bands.
Yeah.
We can't keep up with you, Magnus.
No, I haven't had a break in 25 years, so it's just. But I think it's fun. I love it. That's what I want to do. I don't do anything else. I don't play golf or tennis or anything. I don't even watch sports. I don't know anything about it. I'm just doing music. That's all.
Wow, I remember interviewing you many, many years ago for your first band, Last Tribe.
Mm-hmm.
They were a great band. They were
Yeah,
really kick
thank
out.
you.
You did some really good albums. Just
Thanks.
you ever thought of doing a reunion?
Yeah, actually, we have started. There is a plan, but yeah, I'm a bit busy, and also Rickard, the singer, he has a lot to do. So I'm not 100% it will be, but there is a plan. We'll try to do it, and we actually started on some ideas.
Right,
So
maybe you should do something because, like I say, I know Richard did the involvement with Armageddon. He was singing on for those guys at one point.
he's great. He's great. But the last years, he mostly worked in the studio as an engineer and mixer and producer. So.
Can you remember the first concert you went to as a child?
The first big one, it was Alice Cooper, and it was right around the Poison era, and yeah, that was really big for me. Then I went to small local bands and stuff before that, but that was the first really big one. I think Great White was supporting, and yeah, it was great. And Alice Cooper show with all this stuff, it was
Yeah.
incredible.
So
Yeah.
how old was you back then? Then how old was you for that gig?
Maybe 14, 15. So
I
it was.
beat you. I beat you. I was 10 years old, Blackfoot.
Okay, yeah, I was a bit late.
Samson was supporting them back then.
With Bruce Dickinson or?
No, it was with Mick, Big Mick.
Okay, but because the Bruce was in Samson a long time ago.
Made it. Yeah. Then he went to Maiden, of course. So, like I
Yeah.
said, what was the first band you was in before Last Tribe? Was Last Tribe your first band?
I had a lot of local bands. I started really early when I maybe was 10 or something to start my own. I never liked to play covers, so I always wrote my own songs, and I was into metal quite early. But the first band that released anything that are a little known was Midnight Sun.
Yeah, I've got some of their albums.
Yeah, and that was right before Last Tribe. And actually, the other guys said that we don't want to do anything with Midnight Sun. So if you want to write the next album, you can do it. And then they changed their mind. So I had a full album, and then that was what became Last Tribe. So I started Last Tribe because of that.
Right. I mean, I'm looking at all the bands you've been in, like Starbreak, and you've done like the Tony Ara and like Alan Lande albums. You ever thought of doing an album with those guys again?
Yeah, that would be great. I love to do it, and I still work a lot with Russell Allen. But Jorn, I think he wanna focus on his own band and his own stuff. He's not that interested in these projects anymore.
What would you say is your most favorite project you've done of the past, other than the Ferrymen?
Uh, yeah, they are all cool. But Alan Lander was great, of course, and I also enjoy doing my own freefall stuff with all the different singers. And but yeah, I like them all. When I go into a project or record an album, I do it as it was the last album I ever record.
Right.
So I think it's cool. Everything.
Have you ever thought? I mean, if you had the chance to do another project, what would you do? Have you ever thought of doing another project?
Yeah, I love great singers, and there are so many. I would love to do something with Jeff Tate, or for example, or I wouldn't say no thanks to Halford if I could do a project with him.
Why not?
So yeah, if a great singer calls me, then I'm there.
All right, so I mean, you're about to do something before we talk about the Ferryman. You're about to do a new album with Primal Fear. You're about to release a new album. Completely different lineup, isn't it? Completely different lineup, pretty much. There's only Matt and you. Is it Matt still in the band, or is he took a back seat?
Yeah.
And he's not
Absolutely.
being well. And he's not being well, so I wasn't sure if he was still.
Yeah. He's much better now, and it's Matt, and it's Ralph, and it's me, and we also have two new members in the band. Talia plays guitar in. I don't know if you know. She's from Frozen Crown. Do you know that band?
No, don't know.
Power metal. Yeah, she's great. Yeah, so we have a new lineup, and we're gonna have a release in September and a tour in September too.
So yeah,
and doing some festivals.
Yeah, you're playing Stone Dead Festival in the UK, I believe.
Yeah.
Last year's lineup was awesome.
Last year's?
Yeah, the last year we had Saxon, we had Doro, KK's Priest, Kid Joe. You should have been on that one. It was much a heavier bill.
Okay.
So when you're looking,
I think I saw DAD will come this year.
Yeah, so. I worked with those guys at a festival. The crazy guys, crazy.
Yeah. I saw them a couple of months ago. They were great.
Right. So looking back, like at the Ferryman albums, what do you think about the first album? Or did you get it together, the Ferryman? Because
Yeah,
you've got Romero, haven't you? Ronnie
yeah.
Romero.
That was the thing. I remember I got a call from Frontiers, and they asked if I wanted to do something with Ronnie Romero, and I knew him, and I think he's an awesome singer. So absolutely. And then I asked Ronnie, "What if you could choose any drummer? Who would it be?" And he said Mike Terrana, and said, "Yeah, let's give him a call and check." And he was up for it. So there we had a kind of a band. It's more of a project because we don't play live, but you know.
It's like most of your albums you releases are all projects, aren't they? And like there must be lots of fans thinking, why are you doing an album? Why are you touring? Why's there no touring for these albums?
Yeah, and that's why I work a lot in the studio, and I couldn't keep this tempo with all this album if I would tour at the same time. And I haven't toured with Primal Fear either for a while, but I will start again. And yeah, it has a lot to do with a lot of the singers that I work with. They are quite busy, so they're already touring a lot, so it's hard to find a schedule. And also, uh, my kids were when they were younger, it was hard to go away for tour, and that's why I stopped in touring with Primal Fear too. But now I will start again, and let's see. We have some great offers for a Ferryman, and we want to do it, but it's a time issue if we can.
I can imagine. So did you have any other singers in mind besides Ronnie or drummers? Was it just Ronnie that you went to straight away as a vocalist?
Yeah. That was the plan. It was me and Ronnie, and then we asked Mike, and that's it. So we didn't ask anyone else.
Because a lot of people don't realize you do play keyboards, you do the bass, and a lot of these
Mm.
projects, don't you? You're pretty active when you do come around to doing all the instruments, pretty much.
Yeah, and if we would play live, we had to get a real bass player.
Obviously.
Yeah.
So when you look back at the first album, is there any favorite songs from the first Ferryman album?
The first one? Oh, it's always hard. I think I like the song called "The Ferryman," and I think that was the title that made me come up with the band name too, the project name, Ferryman. And I know that Ronnie Romero, when he tours now as a solo artist, he they are playing that song live too.
Oh, okay, right. So you came up with the name Ferryman. Did you have any other names for this project?
Just in my head, nothing that came out. I asked the Frontiers what they thought, and yeah, and I think there was another band called the same, so it was a bit of a discussion there, but yeah, we took it.
Okay, then. So the second album, which is an excellent, fantastic album, it's called The New Evil. How do you
Mhm.
compare that? How do you compare that to the debut album?
Um, yeah, then I knew that I always want to separate the different projects I work on, the different bands, and then I knew compared to if I compare to Starbreaker, for example, that Ferryman is going to be something harder,
Yeah.
and so I had that goal, in mind to write more metal, a bit more power metal, maybe. So that was my goal to be a bit heavier than usual.
So how do you describe your music? Is it power metal, symphonic power metal? There's that many categories now.
Yeah, it is, and I guess I'm a mix between it all. But most of my people that listening to my music, they can tell that I'm a kid from the '80s. I think that you can hear the traces from
Oh
those
yeah.
bands. Yeah, and yeah, but everything I do comes from that era. 1980 to '84, that when all the great stuff came. Um, so even if I do maybe more symphonic stuff, because there wasn't much of symphonic metal at that time, but so I like that. I also like the progressive stuff, too. Not too much, but a bit too. So it's a mix between great metal styles.
What sort of bands inspired you to do this? Would you say there's a little bit of Last Tribe in your music that you're creating? Would you still got the spirit of Last Tribe carrying on?
Yeah, I think you can hear it. I try to do new stuff and not copy myself too much, but I have some, melody, language, and some stuff that I really like, and I think you can hear it in a lot of stuff that I create. Yeah.
Okay, then. So the next album, One More River to Cross, that was a fantastic album as well. How do you see that as a progression?
Yeah, yeah. I continued in the same path, and know more and more about Ronnie, how he sings and everything, and I sing. I'm singing on the demos, and I can't sing like Ronnie, so I think I sing like a BG, voice,
King
BG
Diamond
metal.
meets Bee Gees.
Yeah, and in the beginning, I was a bit worried as oh, maybe this is too high for Ronnie, but there's never a problem. So I can sing whatever I want, and he do it 100 times better. Um, so I guess on the next album, I have to do something really extreme just to try him and see what he can do.
Okay, maybe you should release the demos so the
Mm,
fans can hear you singing.
yeah, then my career is over.
Quite. I don't know.
Nah, it doesn't sound. I don't try to sing good. I just try to sing, explain the melody so I can send the demos to Ronnie. That's it.
So, what was your favorite songs from the third album? Do you have any favorite ones?
Yeah, the third one is if I have to compare, I think most of the songs I prefer on the third one compared to the first two. I
Right.
really like it, the whole thing. There is some. It's hard to explain. A sensitive vibe. It's not only full power all the time. It's yeah, it clicked with the lyrics and everything. I'm really proud of the whole album. But it's choosing a song that's hard.
So, when it comes to writing the material, do you write all the music? Ronnie does all the lyrics, or what does Mike's involvement? What does he do? Is he write any lyrics or music or?
No, no. I'm on the three first one. I wrote everything. I think, yeah. And but then when I send the demos to the guys, I tell them to feel free if they want to change anything, or so he can play the drums and do his own fills, of course. And the same with Ronnie if he want to add something or yeah, change a note. That's totally fine. But I write everything except for the new one. Then I had help with the lyrics this time because I only wrote the music.
Okay, and so how would you compare the Ferryman to Free Will? Because they're kind of very similar in some way. Do you agree?
Free fall, you mean?
Yeah, Free Fall. Sorry,
Yeah,
whoops,
yeah,
edit that
yeah. Uh, I guess Ferryman is a bit heavier and harder, and Free Fall is more variation because I have so many different singers, and so
It must be great having all these different singers,
yeah, it is.
but
That's why I
very
do this. Yeah,
very
I love.
difficult at the same time.
Yeah, it can be. I remember when I wrote metal opera Heart Healer, when I had seven singers and they had to, sing in the same songs, and it had to be a story, and that was very hard and complicated. But no, I think it's great when I write a song and I know who's going to sing it. I can hear the voice in my head, and that gives me inspiration to do something good, and that fits the singer. The singer is always the most important thing in a song, I think, and then comes the song itself, and then come the drums, and last we have the guitars.
So we're gonna talk about this badass new album, Will. Who came up with the
Yeah.
title, and what other titles did you have?
Yeah, I think that was Ronnie. He liked the title, he liked the song, and so he chose that title. Yeah, and actually talking about Lost Tribe, that was Ricard writing lyrics for that one. So
Right. So
yeah,
what? So do you have any other titles for this album besides Will?
that we discussed.
Yes.
Um, yeah, I think we did, but now I'm forgot it.
That's what they all say, Magnus. They all say they forget because they don't want to tell anybody. I've heard this bullshit
Yeah,
so many times.
yeah, yeah. But because when we decide for something, then I erase my memory and go move on. There's a lot going on.
So,
I'm glad I remember what the album is called.
it's a great album cover. Who did the artwork? Has it worked with the previous albums? I presume he's done all the other albums. The same artist.
Yeah, the cover, Stan V. Decker. Yeah,
Oh,
he's
it's
super.
great. It's great. He is. There's a lot of really good album covers.
Yeah, he does, and it's so fun with him because he can have this crazy idea, or just like Ronnie, he was painting something on a paper and then sending it to him, and he can do this fantastic stuff. So yeah, he's super cool, really good.
So, is this the only artwork you had for this album? How does the artwork entwine with the album title? How does it reflect?
Yeah, that was Ronnie again, and he wanted to do something that it looked like like the band name looks like it's in metal because of Iron Wheel title and everything. So yeah, we tried it to and also keep the ferryman like a mascot, like Eddie for
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something. So I like to have these themes that you see the same thing on all the covers. That's really cool.
So, how long did it take to record this album? Was it done in 3 different studios?
Yeah, I record all my stuff here in Sweden. Mike is recording in Italy, and yeah, Ronnie is recording in Romania, I think. So we are all over the place.
I thought he lived in Spain because Lords of Black are a Spanish band, aren't they? I thought it would be
Yeah. He did before. Yeah, but
right.
he lives in Romania now. But yeah, I mean, for from the first song writing until we have a finished album, that's around a year, I think.
Right. Okay. Then, so with the songs, what's your favorite songs from the new album? Do you have any favorites? Because it's a mixture of heavy songs, melodic songs.
Yeah,
I actually
it's a,
think I don't know if you saw the review I did for you. I actually think Mother Unholy should have been the first song because that song just slaps you in the face. Why you didn't do that
yeah.
as a first song, I don't know.
I agree. That's one of my favorites. Absolutely. Above it all is also a favorite. But Mother Unholy, that's really almost like Black Sabbath in Tony Martin era thing,
Yeah, the
like
good
this.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah. The slow tempo, but really heavy, and the choirs and everything. So
So
absolutely.
why didn't you have that as the first song as the opening track? Why did you not put that? Because most albums people want to hear a slap in the face as an opening song.
Mm.
That is a slap in the face, but you didn't put it as the opening song. Why?
I think it's because of the lower tempo. We wanted to start with something faster, and
Right,
Chokehold was a bit faster, so that's was the reason.
right.
And yeah, but this, yeah, it's always hard with the track order and what song you will have first, and also with the videos, should we release first and what songs, and it's not easy.
No. So what other songs, Magnus, are your favourites from the new album?
Yeah, Mother Unholy and Above It All. I have to say, Dreams and Destiny, the ballad. I played a lot of Irish music, folk music and stuff, and you can hear it in that ballad. I think it's cool with the
Right.
bagpipes and everything.
Okay, then. So it's a fantastic album. What sort of reviews have you been getting so far for this album?
Yeah, it has been quite good, I think. I haven't checked so many, but the one I've seen has been cool. Maybe the last album, they say it's not so much power metal as it was before, so they want us to go back more in that direction. But many people like this more heavy metal style too, so you can't make everyone happy.
Did he see the review I did for you? Did you manage to check it out? I think I sent you
Yeah,
the
yeah,
link.
yeah. I saw the video. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you
thank
like
you very
it?
much.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
welcome, man.
yeah.
It's a great album,
Yeah.
man. So, do you actually think you guys are going to be writing a new album very soon? Have you got some more lyrics wrote already, songs wrote for the next album? Or are you
No.
concentrating on Primal Fear and other projects?
Yeah, I don't work like that. When it's decided we're gonna do it, then I start to focus on the album. But I never, collect songs in before because I have so much that I write all the time, so I can't do it.
I've noticed that
And
most of your things are released on Frontier Records. You must have a really
yeah,
strong connection with those guys.
yeah, it's been almost 25 years now. I released. I was just talking about it with my wife. I think the last 25 years I released 2 albums a year or something every year. So I need a little break maybe now.
A little break. So you're about to go on to a Primal Fear very shortly. This has been, how many more videos are you going to be doing for this Ferryman album? And
We did 2, I think.
Yeah.
And they are already out, and that's it. Yeah.
No more at all.
No, not that we have discussed. No.
So it's a shame that you guys won't be touring as a band. If you had the opportunity to tour on your own, would it be a collaboration of everything you've done in one show?
That would be really cool. I actually discussed it with Frontiers. They have a festival in Italy with the Frontiers label, and they asked me a couple of years ago if I want to do a Magnus Karlsson show with all the singers. Not maybe not all, that would be, but 5 or something singers that, and but then we had the pandemic and stuff, and it didn't work out. But it would be cool to mix and have some best of. Invite everyone.
But the festival in Italy still Frontiers still do that festival, don't they?
I think they started now again. They started again this year, so they will have it.
Play it.
yeah.
What about the Prog Power Festival in America? Have you ever been approached to do that other than with Primal Fear? Do your own stuff?
Yeah, I think Primal Fear have been there, but it wasn't with me. It wasn't when I toured, and I haven't been there. I had some great offers from them to play there with Alan Lande and stuff, but it didn't work out.
That's a shame. But Magnus, I want to thank you for doing this interview. It's a pleasure talking to you again, my friend. Do you have anything to say to the people watching this on YouTube?
Yeah, thanks for listening, and thanks for checking out Ferryman and all the other metal I do.
The craziness of Magnus Karlsson. Yeah, so much stuff. But Magnus,
great talking to you.
Have a fantastic day, my friend. Thank you, Magnus. Have a great day. Say hello to the Primal Fear guys.
I will. Thank you very much.
See you on tour, my friend. Bye, Magnus.
Bye-bye.
Bye.